Crafting Our Hoard is a collaboration that requires you to go into your stash and make something out of the items that you need to use, or maybe you need to make some room for something else. So I've got some new stuff for you to see, and I think it's fantastic. Hi, my name is Cindy, aka Z9designs. Sit back, grab some tea, and check out my stuff. DIY number 1, a mini 3D flower. The supplies needed include a 4x6 hard canvas, some spackling, pink, black, green, yellow, red, and white acrylic paint, a stencil, gold ink paint pen, and pencil. Now, I just love doing art that may be unusual, but you will have to let me know how this one turned out. I had a 4x6 hard frame and I drew a flower on one side near the top. Next, I decided to put a stencil on top and wipe some spackling on top to get a unique pattern. However, I did not put the stencil on the flower. I left that part blank because you will see what I will do with that. I removed the stencil and let the canvas dry. Now, to give it that 3D effect, I put some spackling into a baggie and I cut an opening in the bottom and I began outlining the flower. Next time, I think I will add some paint to the spackling to make it a little bit more smooth. It'll go on maybe a little bit better, but I think it did okay. Now, once that was accomplished, I let it dry and I fixed some edges that weren't smooth with sandpaper. I just ran sandpaper over it, and that, of course, was after it had hardened. I painted the canvas white and I set it aside to dry. Then I started working on the flower because I had gone around with the spackling to make some kind of 3D flower. I mixed pink and white, and then I brushed that on the outside, and then I went to the inside. Then I added some red, kind of put it around the flower. And then lastly, I added some white for shading. I did paint the leaves green, and also the stem I painted green. Now, the only thing I may would do differently, because of the stencil that I had, it was quite bumpy. So the leaves are bumpy and the stem is bumpy, but I still think I did an okay job on it. Lastly, I outlined the flower with a gold pen, and it didn't stand out enough for me, but it looks okay. I added the picture of the flower to my photo holder that I had made some time ago, and I don't think it was bad for the first time that I did some spackling art. Now, Crafting Our Hoard is hosted by Sunflower Tasha and Joanna's DIY Life. Now, this collaboration gives ideas about what you can do with all of the stuff that you may have been thinking about using or maybe even tossing. I don't know. These awesome women will show you some amazing ways to use stuff they have been keeping for a long time. The link to their channels is listed in the description box below. So be sure you like, save, comment, and of course, subscribe. Now, there are other crafters who have gone into their stuff and have made some interesting things. So check out their channels as well. And the link to the playlist is in the description box below. Okay, let's keep moving along here. Next, DIY number 2 is a plug-in picture frame. The supplies needed include hot glue, a picture frame from Dollar Tree, peat pot, burlap fabric, acrylic paint in terracotta and khaki, some tiny blue flowers, outlet safety cap, that's from Dollar Tree, and some reptile adhesive. Now, I have an electric plug in several places in my kitchen, and sometimes you just don't want to look at them. So I found a way to cover them up gracefully. I purchased a picture frame from Dollar Tree that was approximately 5 by 7 with beading around the inside edges. And I painted it with some khaki acrylic paint and just let it dry. Because I didn't want the frame to be too dark, but you can have it any color that you would like. Next, I took the backing off and the stand off. I just ripped it off and I kept it. I'm not throwing it away. And in my hoard, I found some burlap fabric and cut it to size. And then I just used reptile adhesive to adhere it to the backing. And just cut off the frayed edges on the side. I also removed the glass that was on the photo. And I set it aside because, hey, I may use that at a later time. And once the burlap was dry, I put it back in the frame and I thought, this looks pretty good, but it needed something else to make it pop. So, as you know, I've been using a lot of peat pots lately. And so this time I took a peat pot and I just cut it in half and I painted it terracotta because I kind of wanted to look like it was made from clay. I wanted it to have a little rustic look, so I took some dark brown paint, I watered it down, and I wiped that on the beading around the inside of the frame. And this was just to give it a little rustic look. So I glued it to the burlap with hot glue. And I put some styrofoam inside because I am going to dress it up. I also found some tiny blue flowers and stems and began tucking them into the pot until I was satisfied. Also flipped it over, and when you think about it, before I put the peat pot on the burlap, I should have put the outlet safety cap on first, but I didn't, but it still worked out. Because I wasn't quite sure where I was going to put it, I didn't get it right the first time, so I had to rip it off. Then I went to plan B. So this time I put the outlet safety cap into the electrical outlet, and then I added some glue to the outlet safety cap, and then I just placed the picture on that, and I had it where it needed to be. I just waited until it dried, and then I was able to pull it out from the outlet, and it was perfect. I love this idea. In fact, I made one for my coffee station, but I love this one much better. And the other good thing about this, I can change the flowers for each holiday. So let me know what you think. This is probably my favorite. DIY number 3, a various bead garland. The supplies needed include 10 large round beads and 10 large flat beads, some jute and hot glue, and that is it, folks. I had several large beads in my stash that were different sizes. Some were round and some were flat. In addition, they weren't even all the same color. There were some pink ones, some red ones, some beige ones, and so forth. So I took the chance to make something unique out of these beautiful beads. Now, what I did first, I got a narrow piece of jute and I put some hot glue on the end. That way it could easily thread through the beads. So put hot glue on it, just rub it between your fingers, and it will make it stiff so that it can easily go through the beads. And because all beads are not created equally, I started with a round beige bead, then one of a similar color, and then red and pink and green, and so on until I got to the end. I may at some point in time do it over, but I think it looks really good right now. I might use a little thicker jute, but I think this was okay. Next, I wrapped jute around 2 or 3 of my fingers. You can do whatever. Sometimes people get a piece of cardboard and you wrap it around your fingers or the object. I did that, probably wrapped it about 10 times to make the tassel because I wanted a tassel on each end. I think this is so cool. It is one of a kind, all from my hoard. Now you can make smaller or larger ones depending on if you have the beads. This one had 20 beads, 10 of the large, 10 of the flat ones, but you can also make it longer. But I think the way I made it is just right. And I think these beads came from Michael's. You can use all round beads or you can use all flat beads. It doesn't matter. So, if you have liked what you've seen, be sure to subscribe, like, save, and comment. So trying to come up with various crafts is an art, especially when it's from your hoard. Sometimes it turns out great and sometimes it is, oh well. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Facebook. And thanks for watching each week. I appreciate all of your comments. I appreciate all of my subscribers. I want to thank you so much for believing in me. And I will be showing you some things in the future that maybe you've seen before with a different twist, or maybe you haven't seen before. Anyway, I will see you later. Bye-bye. Love, Cindy.